je l'aperçois, à l'eau je sens à moi mon cœur qui bat. Hey friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. If this is the first time you've seen my face, my name is Rui, a Chinese expat living in France. Something that I love about living abroad is how fascinating it is to adjust to a new way of life. For me, it's really funny to compare the small differences in mindset and behaviors when I'm living in different countries. After living in France for 3 years, I'm still shocked by somewhat of ways the French do things. So today I want to talk about my biggest culture shock as a Chinese living in France. Alors moi, je vis en France depuis 3 ans. Voilà, je vais vous raconter ce qui m'a surprise en tant qu'étrangère en France. En fait, j'ai vécu le choc culturel de façon significative à mon arrivée à New York et après à Londres. Donc quand je suis arrivée en France, le choc que j'ai rencontré ici est beaucoup plus doux qu'avant. First, food rituals. I'm used to having 3 meals back in China, the US, and the UK. And I snack from time to time when I feel hungry. But here in France, snack time is at 4 p.m. and it's called un goûter. In the beginning, I thought it's only for kids. They can have a yogurt or fruit or some biscuits. And then I realized it's also for adults. When we have the time, my sister-in-law would come over, we'll make crêpes or gaufres. Everybody sits down and we have a very long snack with coffee or tea. And then another thing about eating is that I'm used to having long family meals as a Chinese. Well, it's nothing compared to French family meals. Back in China, we would prepare like 10 dishes for the whole family to share, and we eat everything together, including rice, meat, fish, soup, and even sweet dishes like treasure rice, which has dried fruits and nuts in there. We chat and discuss, and the family meal usually lasts like 2 hours. And then I moved to the US and then to the UK. I get like only 30 minutes to an hour lunch break. I would go get a sandwich or burger. Sometimes I bring my own meal and I eat at my desk. It's always very quick and something to get over with. In the evening, I would sit on my sofa eating while watching TV, which I later learned is very rare and not well seen here in France. Now that we're in France, we can stay at the meal for hours. We start with apéro, we drink alcohol and eat small portioned amuse-bouche. Then there's entrée, a small dish. Then there's the plat, which is the main meal. We'll be having meat or fish with something on the side. Then we'll have bread and cheese, which is a very important step here in France. Then we'll have dessert and finishing with coffee. So a typical Christmas meal at my family usually starts around 11 a.m. and only finishes around 4 p.m. Et quand t'as terminé, c'est l'heure de recommencer. I absolutely love it how French enjoy their time at the table. It's not only about enjoying the food, but also about having long conversations with the people at the table. And France has one of the best food in the world, so you can eat very well on a simple meal, or you can have a fantastic feast at a restaurant. Second, French people love debates and disagreeing. It used to drive me nuts that my husband likes to disagree with me over almost everything. Sometimes I got the impression that he likes to disagree with my point of view only for the sake of proving something that's more than what I think. For example, he would ask me, "How's your day?" And I would go like, "Great, we had a meeting and I presented some interesting ideas." Then he'll go like, "But..." Then I have to reflect on the negative side of things and tell him, "But my boss wasn't too happy with me when I made a mistake in the QuickBooks entry." Another time he would ask me, "How's the movie?" And I would go like, "Great, best romance movie ever." And without a doubt, he'll add, "But..." He told me that there's a but to everything. Nothing's black and white. Later on, I learned that this is because French education values criticism very much. Like in school, you don't stick to one point of view. Instead, you try to find the pros and cons to a theory or an event or a comment. You can give everything a bit of positive statement and then find a whole lot of counter arguments. Then you sound smart and well educated. Third, greetings. Back in the US, I got used to people greeting me with an upbeat and ultra positive mood, like, "Hi, how are you? Great, how are you? Awesome." Even if I'm having a bad day, I would tone up a bit when acquaintances come over and greet me, because I know that they don't care that I'm having a bad day. I need to sound positive because that's just how people greet each other there. And I remember during one of the first holidays I had in France, my French mother-in-law greeted me, "Comment ça va, oui?" I replied, "Super." Apparently, that was way too much for a French person. She burst out laughing immediately. Later on, I realized that the French way of greeting is way less upbeat. It's more like, "Ça va? Ça va? Et toi? Pas mal." Another thing about greeting is that American hugs never feel natural to me. I used to tense up when people come over and hug me. Over time, I got over it, and I started to enjoy people giving me a bear hug if it's from my close friends or colleagues. They make me feel warm and open and friendly. Then I moved to France, and I find the French la bise even more unnatural to me because it's just way too personal. French people give the famous kisses on the cheeks to friends and people you meet for the first time. I feel that it's way too intimated when someone touches my face. Back in China, nobody was ever allowed to touch my face unless it's my boyfriend or my parents or my close friends. Actually, not even close friends because we wouldn't put our face on the other person's face. Another thing that drives me nuts is that it's not a real kiss. We're just making kissing sounds while touching the cheeks, and we kiss in the air like this. Fourth, socializing. Back in China, I can just show up at my good friend's doorstep and have a chat and go like, "Hey, do you want to come out and have an ice cream or something?" Or we give a call and decide to go shopping or watch a movie on the same day. I love these kind of spontaneous outings. But here in France, everything goes by appointment. I do understand that I need to book an appointment way in advance with a doctor's checkup, but even with close friends, I need to check their availability and know mine before we can have a meal together. And we usually settle on a date 1 week or 2 weeks in advance. Everybody seems so busy and we schedule for everything. Fifth, dress code. Back in China, everybody wears however they want and nobody judges you. You can see people wearing pajamas to go out for a walk or go grocery shopping. So I feel really comfortable when I moved to the US and found out lots of people wear casually to go about their everyday business. And back in school at Cornell, I was used to put on just a hoodie, my sweatpants, and flip-flops to go to classes. I feel extremely comfortable and relaxed. Then I moved to Europe and I was really shocked to see how well people dress just to go to school or grocery shopping. Nobody wears flip-flops to go to classes. And I remember seeing some old British ladies getting out of Waitrose with fancy hats, brightly colored lipsticks, and very fashionable stockings in freezing winter days. I was like, whoa. Now here in France, even my husband judges me if I go out with my sweatpants and flip-flops. On the street, when I'm out in a rush, poorly dressed, even people would give me the looks, like I'm some kind of illegal immigrant or poor homeless. France has a reputation for one of the most fashionable countries in the world, but if you look closely at how people dress every day, they're actually very simply designed, with no extravagant details, no multi-colored layers. And I find out that French women usually wear very little or no makeup, sometimes just baby cream or lipsticks, and they don't do much with their hair either. It's like they woke up like this, all natural, but they just look chic and cool. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like any topics to do with cultural differences, learning foreign languages, interracial marriage, and multilingual children, could be a good idea to subscribe so that we can get to know each other more. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!